can we just like have a moment of silence for the mouse droid that died? That was like, I don't know who the hell Wade was, but I feel for that mouse droid. they dedicated a full shot for the mouse droid.
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Gungans and droids, to another Kenobi TV show review, and we're on episode 4. And can I just say, you guys have been liking this series a lot. Holy cow! Hope you guys keep enjoying.
Everybody.
Yes. So if you stay till the very end, then for every person that likes this video, I mean, you may or may not be getting an exclusive action figure that just was revealed in this episode today of Kenobi.
It's a Galaxy of Heroes exclusive.
Oh, you guys know the drill. We're going to start off with non-spoilers, and then we're going to get into spoiler territory for those that are ready to go deep into the bowels. So what is your star rating out of 5 for episode 4 of Obi-Wan Kenobi?
I have to give it a 4.2. I feel like I loved it, and I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but I also am starting to feel like if I was like a non-Star Wars fan, I would be like saying, what is this? Like, why do you like this so much? If I was like watching this episode for the first time and not knowing what's going on, I don't think there would be a lot there.
Yeah, so with me, here's the thing. If you love the episode, my job here, my role here is not to convince you you're wrong and you should hate it. If you love it, I am happy for you. For me,
I liked it a lot, yeah.
You know, for me, this episode just didn't resonate with me. It was too short. I feel like with only 6 episodes in total, it was just not an episode I wanted to see in a 6-episode series. But on that note, for me, I think this is the lowest of all the episodes, and maybe I'm going too rough, but I'm going down to 3 stars. There are some things that I did like about the episode. I will say this: if you played Fallen Order, it's like a Fallen Order, Jedi Fallen Order paradise of lots of references. So I think that's one of the coolest things that we're seeing, is that we're seeing things from Fallen Order showing up in cinematography inside the Star Wars TV show. So that's one thing that's working for it.
The aesthetic inside the base of of what it looked like to be there, and the hangar.
Yeah, good thing is one of our complaints were we didn't want to see Kenobi just be this beaten down guy for the whole thing. We're seeing this redemption arc. We're seeing him get back into the action. Kind of had that episode 2 Kenobi look almost from Attack of the Clones. So it's great seeing that. That was one of the great things. One of my biggest criticisms, though, okay, at this point, you should know that Darth Vader is a part of the show. I actually think I have to downgrade my ranking of the previous episode of episode 3. I gave it a 4.5. I think I might struggle giving it a 4 based off what I saw at the end of episode 3. My assumptions going into episode 4, I feel like Vader is largely incompetent. I feel like Reva is more competent than Darth Vader now, and I'm not sure if that's the dynamic we should be seeing. Darth Vader is supposed to be far more competent than the disposable Inquisitors, and we'll talk more about that in the spoiler territory. I was worried. I don't know about you. I mean, they could have maybe done this right. The second I saw Kenobi beaten up after his fight, they're bringing him to a back to tank. I'm like, Lord God of all holiness, please don't let this be another back to tank flashback scene that we saw in Book of Boba Fett.
Well, I was wondering what they were going to do with it. I mean, they definitely were flashing back and forth between like Anakin and Darth Vader.
That was cool.
Yeah, like they showed the severed limbs and everything like that.
It's like they're connecting almost. They're kind of bonding in some weird way.
And I was thinking it was really cool, but then you hear Darth Vader said, you should have killed me when they had the chance. And I was thinking, shouldn't Darth Vader killed old Kenobi when he had the chance? Like, take your own advice, my guy. I don't know what to tell you, but anyways, like that's what I was thinking, because he keeps saying that over and over. It's like, you should have killed me when you had the chance. I was like, wait a minute. Instead of dragging through the fire and torture, why didn't you just snap his neck or something and be done with it? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few instances of that with Darth Vader. I mean, this is kind of going more towards the end, but it's something to bring up, because one of the reasons why I gave the previous episode a decent start, I gave it 4.5, I believe, was because I added these assumptions of Darth Vader.
Darth Vader was in it. It was good.
Yeah, but like I thought maybe Vader wanted Kenobi to get away, rebuild, bring back the Kenobi he fought on Mustafar for a better challenge. So there's satisfaction when he defeats Kenobi inevitably. But based off this episode, they made it seem like Vader was just incapable of going through the fire, stopping the fire, killing Kenobi on the spot. And especially when Vader's hating on Reva for her, what would appear to be her incompetence on letting Kenobi get away again with Leia. It's like, dude, take your own advice. You're the one that were incompetent. You let Kenobi get away. You had him in your Force grasp right in front of you, and you just let him get away. So, yeah, so I'm kind of disappointed that Vader just seems a lot more incompetent, and just it's so convenient that They're always getting away from Vader. And that's why I said I feel like Reva, she's like one of the most competent, capable Imperials, where she's always ahead of the game. She's always on point. She could smell someone BSing her. She's already 5 steps ahead, and Vader can't do that. Yeah, take your own advice, dude. Finish him when you have the chance. And I like that Kenobi's jumping back into the action. Where's Leia? Yeah. We gotta go. We gotta do something. We can't sit around. Cool, we're seeing the Kenobi that we wanted to. Yeah, he's kind of having a hard time with the Force. I mean, I don't know if you're a Force user, but I didn't, you think it's kind of like riding a bike. His whole life dedicated to it, and he seemed like he was really out of it. He had a hard time pushing that little Hot Wheels car or whatever it was. So here's where we start getting into some interesting things about Jedi Fallen Order. Now, we already saw the Fortress Inquisitorius on the previous
episode.
Name,
by the way.
That's a mouthful.
What a name,
Fortress Inquisitorius.
What about, like, yeah, I know, right? What a name, my goodness.
And talk about the most convenient place to invade. There's no defense system. There's not even listen, I don't know about you, Mulligan. We both moved last year, right? If anyone sets foot onto my sidewalk, I get notified instantly that someone's there. No one goes around my property without knowing. Yet this guy was able to just completely make his way through, and the only security he didn't have was the occasional seeker droid coming around. It's like, come on, like, jeez. You would think there'd be security cameras.
I felt like, I mean, I guess it is in the past, but I felt like their security system was lacking. Yeah, given modern day technology with, all the cameras and everything like that. Yeah, I get a notification instantly if someone steps foot on the property, right? It just happens, right?
Or even you would think for a moon planet that's got a lot of water and a big part of the base is underwater, you think the glass would maybe, I don't know, hold up better to just a random blaster fire. I don't know. I just felt like the security of the place was just absolutely horrible, especially seeing
it was very convenient. I mean, it was fine, right?
The Leia Reva interrogation scene. I don't know. It felt like a big part of the episode was dedicated towards it. Do you think it really needed it? How did you feel about this whole interrogation thing going on between Leia and the Reva here?
I remember thinking like, well, that's kind of mean. Are they going to do this to a little girl? Like, it was really weird. But then that's kind of, I guess, what goes into the, who Reva is, and that was fine. But it just is like, is she going to sense that she's Force sensitive?
Yeah, that was kind of off.
What is going to happen there, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's it was awfully odd. It looked like they were having a staring contest, and I don't know how I should take this. Like, as I say, I feel like they're making Reva to seem like one of the most competent people in the Empire, more competent than Vader, I feel like, right now. But all of a sudden, she wasn't able. She's like, wouldn't you question why can't they read the mind of a 10-year-old? She's found Kenobi more times than Darth Vader. Like, how the hell does that happen? And then all of a sudden, there's like this, she can't read a 10-year-old's mind. She doesn't think much of it. I mean, yeah, we know. At this point, we know she's got some Force sensitivity. She's got Skywalker blood in her, but just felt a little odd that she wasn't able to read her mind. Then she didn't think much of it. Why she couldn't crack her mind, but she can crack almost anyone else's mind. That's one of her gimmicks. She's able to read mind. I gotta say, one of the other cool scenes there is seeing the collection of Jedi that were inside of that hall in the basement of the fortress there. And I kind of wonder.
Did it remind you of Jurassic Park?
Yes, yes. I thought the same thing with the amber. They're like covered in amber.
Yeah. I was like, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna like extract their DNA later and re-clone them and make like Jedi Island or something like that?
Do you remember in the Rebels TV show where they used Luminara's carcass basically to kind of lure in Kanan? I kind of wonder, this is where they preserve like Jedi they've caught and maybe use them as traps. I mean, they're obviously there for trophies, but it seems like they may be preserving some of their bodies to use them for traps of luring other Jedi, like we saw that happen with Kanan.
And I'm not sure if it's like they're dead or if it's like carbonite or what is going on there, right? Or what's the purpose? Or are they saving their remains because they're Force sensitive and they're gonna like, weren't they using like Grogu's blood, for something in the Mandalorian show, you know what I mean? And so maybe they were preserving them.
There might be some. Yeah, we're still wondering what was the big project involving Grogu. I guess we're kind of in the part here of getting out of the fortress.
Well, I just went to an aquarium like, I don't know, like a week ago, and I feel like the aquariums have like,
it's a pretty thick glass,
12-inch glass. Yeah, like, I mean, you walk on, so. But that's fine. I think it was kind of fun to see the water rush in. I don't know what a blaster would do to 12 inches.
You would think
of
you
glass,
would take that into consideration of creating the architecture for and the engineering. for the place. But it was cool when, again, I think it was just more for convenience and just showing the cool moment where Kenobi, that was the most we've seen him utilize the Force since Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. So he just like, it was just pure instinct. He had to do it to save Leia and to get him out. So it was really cool seeing him step into that. But man, there's two things that really kind of, I mean, that was like a little like, okay, whatever. But the other two were in, they call it, I keep messing with it. I think it's Tala. It's Tala. I'm very certain of it.
Tala yes. Is the spy Imperial officer.
So when they caught on to her, that she's probably a spy. They didn't even put handcuffs on her. They just two stormtroopers just like next to her, holding her hand, and then she was able to escape by just booping the.
She face masked the stormtrooper like in football, which I thought was kind of cool. I like that part. But she booped one, and then she grabbed the face mask.
They were like, "Oh God,
she blasted him." I know, right? It was kind of funny though, right?
Was. I had the laugh there. Then of course putting Leia under the trench coat. Like, how did no one?
I had to giggle. I go, "Oh, that's so funny!" Like. I don't know. I just like it was funny. Like for me, I didn't mind that. Actually, I thought that was kind of it was silly to me in some way.
But I don't. Like, here's like, are they shooting for silly or like it's one of those things like it seems like they're taking themselves seriously with this escape here. Like it's
the reason why I thought it was funny is like, oh, that's not gonna work.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Of course it didn't, right? You know, it's like, well, that's not gonna work, of course. So it is what it is.
Can we just like have a moment of silence for the mouse droid that died? That was. Like, I don't know who the hell Wade was, but I feel for that mouse droid. they dedicated a full shot for the mouse
right?
droid.
My interpretation was that, you know, she planted the
tracker,
Lola, right?
On Lola.
Yeah, the tracker as a backup plan. I don't think that was her plan.
You don't think so?
It's just the way it played out. I think she just said that to get Vader to back off of her. I don't think she. I mean, I think she just said that. Like, I didn't interpret that like that was her master plan to let them escape. That was kind of like she would have liked to catch Kenobi. She didn't want him to escape, but because they did, she at least had a backup plan.
It's a fail-safe, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, and then she just claims that was her initial plan, which is fine.
People say I feel like we're pretty balanced to talk about positives and negatives. Some people say we only focus on the negatives here. What did you like really quickly at the end about this episode, and what are you hoping the next two episodes are going to look like here?
All right, so what I really liked about this episode is Kenobi, you know, growing or going back to the Kenobi that we know, General Kenobi, right? Mm-hmm. You know, where he was just like, you know, wielding lightsaber, force using, you know, badass, if you will. You know what I mean? And that's what I wanted to see, and he's going back to that for sure. So that was very satisfying. Felt the pacing of the episode, and I felt like the set design and the feel and the aesthetic of the episode was quite amazing. Yeah,
I'm pretty much the same. I like the Kenobi arc. We're seeing him grow again, and it's funny. Like it's little, but it's a nice detail where he's addressed as general inside of the show. So that was kind of nice. Like it's a kind of gaining respect back in the community there. And then the Fallen Order references as well as the Fortress. The set's nice. One thing that we said is that it may have been hard to make another full entire season of a new show on Tatooine. So it's really cool seeing more vibrant, interesting environments. Whereas Boba Fett is pretty much exclusively on Tatooine. There's only so much you can do with sand and two suns, right?
Right.
You know what this show really needs to make people love it all of a sudden? They need to bring the Mandalorian in the show. Like Book of Boba Fett, the show's going to crap. Here's Mando, and everyone loves the show all of a sudden.
Well, the timeline would
be funny if they just.
Well, but they still have a lot of things they can do with Maul and Kanan, and you know, Ezra hasn't been discovered yet. But there's a lot of stuff in Ahsoka. I mean, we're there's a lot of Ahsoka's out there somewhere, right?
Oh, of course. I just thought it was funny, like in case things go south, and it's like the break glass to bring out Mandalorian, even though it would make no sense. All right, so speaking of that, we gotta give to the giveaway, my friend. So Mobile Gamer.
All right, so this is a brand new character that's coming to Galaxy of Heroes. So it's an 8-star character. So I really hope you like this video today, because if you did, you are in luck. For every single person that likes this video, you will be getting for free in your account an 8-star Dark Side Lola.
This is not a scam.
All right, guys. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up for today. Leave a like, comment down below what your thoughts on the show. And more importantly, until we meet again next week for the next episode, always remember that it's great to be the Empire today. Wade! Wade! Where's Wade? the hell was Wade? Did I forget who Wade was?
I don't think his name was Wade. That was Rokid.
No, it was Wade.
Wait!